Hi everybody, in this video I am going to show you how to write a post-occupancy agreement. So when we log into CTME, we're going to go to our client, the contract that you have written for them. We're going to go create new contract. So down below you will find the post-closing occupancy agreement. Let's click on that, hit create selected contracts, and let's get going with it. So first box that you want to fill out is you're going to fill out what county the property is in. Colorado Springs, I know it's not Weld County, but pre-fill in that. So you're going to put whatever county the property is in. Second, it's going to ask you, okay, this is referencing the contract dated for, so whatever date your contract has on it. Let's just say it's 6/24/24. Number 3 is possession. Seller may retain possession of the property from date of closing through. There's some agents that'll put 30 days. I don't like to put 30 days. I want to be specific, okay? So in this case, I'm just going to put 1 month out. Another thing I'm going to tell you real quick on this is keep in mind that a lender will not allow the buyer to give the seller possession after closing longer than 60 days, okay? So if you say, you know what, it's June 24th, I'm going to give the seller possession till August 24th, the lender will count the days. So there's 31 days in July. So keep that in mind that the lender might make you change it and say, no, it's got to be August 22nd or 23rd, whatever that 60 days lands on. So just keep that in mind that you cannot give possession to a seller longer than 60 days, okay? We're going to continue down. It's going to ask, how much are you going to charge that seller for rent? So in a seller's market, sometimes you're charging them $0. It's not a seller's market right now, so let's say we're going to charge them $1,500 for those 2 months, okay? If you ask, okay, what's a good amount to charge on rent? Sometimes I'll say, you know, what's your mortgage payment? Or what's the seller's mortgage payment? That's what we're going to charge, okay? You can do it by a per diem, say $50 a day. In this case, we're doing 30 days, 30 times 50, that's the amount I'm going to put in there. So it's whatever you and the buyer decide, okay? So should the seller vacate before the end of the term, the unearned rent will or will not be prorated and refunded to the seller. It's up to you. You can have that conversation with your buyer. Failure to vacate. I usually match this. There's a section in the contract that says this too. I try to match that amount with the section in the contract. I'll put $350 per day because I want this amount to be big enough where the seller will be like, nope, we're getting the heck out. We don't even want to stay longer than this date. Water and sewer, I'm going to put buyer. Now, I know people are asking, well, the seller's living in the home. Why should the buyer have to pay the water and sewer? Well, the reason why is because at closing, the water and sewer will be transferred to the buyer by the title company. So it's pretty much impossible for the seller to pay the water and sewer unless you gave them a bill and had them write a check to the water and sewer. For me, what I like to do to keep it a little bit cleaner is I say, you know what, the buyer's going to pay for it. Water, say $70 a month, just add it into the rent, just to make it easier. Electric and gas, you bet I'm going to make the seller pay for it because they can keep the electric and gas in their name until they're officially moved out of the home. Seller's renter's insurance policy. Some buyers I've worked with say yes, add that. Some say no, we don't really care. I usually like to say yeah, make the seller carry some renter's insurance policy. And this is in case, let's say something happens where, God forbid, there's a fire in the house and the seller's personal possessions are damaged. That can be covered under a renter's policy. So you don't want any situations where the seller might want to have the buyer's insurance company cover that cost. So I usually say, yeah, it's a good idea to carry a seller's renter's insurance policy. Security deposit, I'll do anywhere between $500 to $1,000, depending on the price of the home, how nice the home is. I just want to make sure if the seller puts a hole in the wall or breaks a window or something, we're going to be able to pay for that out of that security deposit. So under additional provisions, the other thing I like to do is if the title company is willing to, I'll put title company will hold security deposit. If the title company says, nope, we're not interested in doing that, I'll put listing agent or even myself, buyer's agent, to hold security deposit. So again, it's up to you, it's up to your buyers, and of course you have to get the seller to agree to this as well. And that's it. You're gonna save it. You're gonna have both the buyer and the seller sign this. And that is how you write that is how you write a post occupancy. Thank you.